Hello, and welcome back to People Skills Pro. We spend a lot of time on this channel decoding the subtle signs of social dynamics, friendship, attraction, and hidden animosity. But today, we need to have a more serious conversation. We need to talk about the line between someone who simply dislikes you and someone who is genuinely dangerous to your well-being. There is a profound difference between a person who is a bad friend and a person who is a threat. A bad friend might be flaky or self-absorbed. A dangerous person operates on a completely different level. Their goal is not just to make themselves feel better, it is to control, undermine, and potentially harm you. Most good-hearted people are not equipped to recognize this kind of danger. We are conditioned to give others the benefit of the doubt. We make excuses for their behavior. We tell ourselves we're being too sensitive or paranoid. We mistake massive, waving red flags for simple personality quirks. This tendency to rationalize away danger is the predator's greatest advantage. Today, we are going to take that advantage away. We are going to talk about the clear, unambiguous signals that you are not just dealing with dislike, but with danger. These are the red flags you absolutely cannot afford to ignore. We will dissect the psychology behind these behaviors and provide a clear framework for what to do when you see them. This is not a lesson in social etiquette. It is a lesson in self-preservation. The core principle: dislike is a feeling. Danger is an action that violates. Before we get to the red flags, we must understand the fundamental difference between dislike and danger. Dislike is a feeling. Someone might not enjoy your company. They might avoid you or be curt with you. This can be hurtful, but it does not necessarily pose a threat to your safety. Danger, on the other hand, is about violation. It is a pattern of actions that actively seeks to cross your boundaries, control your reality, and diminish your safety, be it emotional, psychological, financial, or physical. The person who dislikes you wants you out of their life. The person who is dangerous wants to control you within their life. Recognizing this shift from avoidance to violation is the key to identifying a genuine threat. Red flag number 1: the deliberate and repeated violation of boundaries. This is the first and most foundational red flag. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw around ourselves that define what is and is not acceptable behavior. A healthy person, even if they accidentally cross a boundary, will respect it once it has been pointed out. A dangerous person sees a boundary as a challenge, a wall to be broken down. The psychology: a person who deliberately ignores your boundaries is not just being pushy, they are engaged in a power play. They are testing your defenses. Each time they successfully cross a boundary without consequence, they learn that you are a pliable target. It is a systematic process of breaking down your sense of self and your right to say no. They want to see how much you will tolerate. What it looks like: physical boundaries. You say, "I'm not a hugger," and they make a point to hug you every time they see you, often framed as a joke. You are in a new relationship and say you want to take things slow physically, but they constantly push for more. Emotional boundaries. You say, "I'm not comfortable talking about my past trauma," and they repeatedly bring it up, often under the guise of trying to understand you better. Logistical boundaries. You say, "Please don't call me after 10 p.m.," and they call you at midnight. You say, "Please don't show up at my house unannounced," and they appear on your doorstep. The key: this is not about a one-time mistake. It is about a repeated pattern of ignoring your clearly stated limits. Their action sends a clear message: your rules do not apply to me. I am in control. Red flag number 2, the isolation campaign. A dangerous person cannot control you if you are surrounded by a strong, supportive network of friends and family who can give you a reality check. Therefore, one of their primary strategies is to cut you off from your support system. The psychology. This is a classic tactic of cult leaders and abusers. An isolated person is a controllable person. By systematically destroying your trust in your friends and family, the manipulator can install themselves as the sole authoritative voice in your life. Their goal is to make you completely dependent on them for validation, information, and emotional support. What it looks like. This is a poison the well campaign that happens in 2 directions. They poison you against your friends. They will subtly denigrate the people you love. "Are you sure Sarah is a good friend? I heard her saying something negative about you." Your family seems to be holding you back. They don't really understand your potential the way I do. They poison your friends and family behind your back, framing their sabotage as concern. "I'm really worried about your name. He seems so unstable lately. Has he talked to you?" The goal is to create a web of distrust and confusion that leaves you feeling completely alone and with only one person to turn to: them. Red flag number 3, the Jekyll and Hyde cycle, intermittent reinforcement. This is one of the most powerful and psychologically damaging red flags. The person is not consistently mean. They alternate between periods of intense charm, affection, and adoration, Dr. Jekyll, and periods of sudden, cold, cruel, or rage-filled behavior, Mr. Hyde. The psychology. This is not just moodiness. This is a powerful manipulation tactic called intermittent reinforcement. In behavioral psychology, it's the most effective way to create addiction. A slot machine is addictive because it doesn't pay out every time, it pays out randomly. You keep pulling the lever, hoping to get the reward. In a relationship, the good Dr. Jekyll phase is the reward. The bad Mr. Hyde phase creates anxiety and desperation. The target spends all their energy trying to figure out what they did wrong and how to get the good person back. This creates a powerful, addictive trauma bond. You become addicted to the highs of the cycle to escape the lows. What it looks like. One day they are showering you with praise and affection, telling you you're the most amazing person they've ever met. The next day, over a tiny, insignificant issue, they become explosively angry, give you the silent treatment for days, or say incredibly cruel and cutting things. Then, just as you're about to break, Dr. Jekyll returns, full of apologies and promises that it will never happen again, and the addictive cycle repeats. A healthy person is consistent. A dangerous person is a roller coaster designed to make you sick and dependent. Red flag number 4, a glaring lack of empathy and remorse. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. A dangerous person, particularly one with narcissistic or sociopathic traits, has a profound deficit in this area. They cannot feel your pain. Therefore, when they hurt you, they do not feel genuine remorse. The psychology. This person views other human beings not as people with feelings, but as objects or tools to be used for their own gratification. Your feelings are at best an inconvenience to them, and at worst a weakness to be exploited. Since they cannot feel your pain, they are capable of acts of cruelty that a normal, empathetic person would find unthinkable. What it looks like. The non-apology. When confronted with their hurtful behavior, they will offer a fake apology designed to deflect blame. "I'm sorry you feel that way." "I'm sorry, but you were being too sensitive." They will apologize for getting caught, not for the act itself. Cruelty as a tool. They may say something incredibly cutting, and then when you react with pain, they will look at you with a cold, detached curiosity, almost like a scientist studying a specimen. They are not moved by your pain, they are interested in its effect. Blaming the victim. They have a masterful ability to twist the situation around to make their hurtful action your fault. "Well, I wouldn't have had to yell if you hadn't made me so angry." Red flag number 5. The normalization of threatening jokes. This is the final red flag, and it is the one that often precedes a significant escalation. The person begins to make jokes that are not funny at all, but are actually veiled threats. The psychology? This is a tactic called testing the waters. They are trying to see how much you will tolerate. They are trying to normalize the idea of harm in your relationship. Each time you nervously laugh off a threatening joke, you are subconsciously telling them that this level of aggression is acceptable. You are allowing them to move the goalposts of what is okay, what it looks like. Jokes about violence. "You're lucky I like you, or I'd have to throw you out that window." Just kidding. Jokes about ruining your life. "I know enough about you to completely destroy your reputation if you ever crossed me." Kidding. Jokes that involve your insecurities. "Better not mess up this project, or you might find yourself accidentally deleted from the system." Just joking. These are not jokes. They are threats wearing a clown nose. They are a glimpse into the person's true, violent, or destructive fantasies, and they are testing to see if you will be a compliant victim. The action plan? This is not a negotiation. It is an evacuation. When you see a consistent pattern of these red flags, the rules of social engagement no longer apply. You are not dealing with a reasonable person. Your goal is not to fix them, to understand them better, or to get them to change. Your one and only goal is your own safety. Document privately. Keep a private log of incidents with dates and details. This is not for them, it is for you. It will help you see the pattern clearly and will be your anchor to reality when they try to gaslight you. Do not announce your departure. Do not have a big dramatic confrontation where you list all their faults. This will often trigger their rage and can put you in real danger. Your plan to leave must be made in secret. Create a safe exit strategy. Quietly reach out to your support system, trusted friends, family, or professionals like therapists or domestic violence hotlines. Let them know what is happening. Create a plan to physically and digitally separate yourself. Go no contact. Once you are out, you must cut off all avenues of communication. Block their number, block them on all social media, and block the numbers of their friends who might try to contact you on their behalf. Any communication is an opportunity for them to manipulate you back into the cycle. Prioritize your safety. If you feel you are in any physical danger, do not hesitate to contact law enforcement. Your safety is more important than their feelings or your fear of overreacting. So, let's bring this all together. The line between dislike and danger is the line of violation. A dangerous person is not just someone who doesn't like you. It's someone who actively seeks to cross your boundaries, isolate you from support, control you through emotional chaos, and who lacks the fundamental empathy to care when they hurt you. Recognizing these 5 red flags, the boundary violations, the isolation campaigns, the Jekyll and Hyde cycle, the lack of remorse, and the threatening jokes, is not an act of paranoia. It is an act of profound self-respect and self-preservation. If your gut is screaming at you that you are in danger, you need to listen. Do not make excuses for them. Do not hope they will change. Your only job is to get yourself to safety. You deserve to be in relationships where you feel safe, respected, and valued, not controlled, diminished, and afraid. If this video resonated with you or someone you know, please share it. And if you are in a dangerous situation, please reach out to a professional for help. Thank you for listening.